There have been a lot of people commenting over the last couple of days just how unrealistic it is that I'm insisting on buying somewhere to live while I'm in St Albans. It's in the south, it's expensive. Kev, you've got to rent. Reluctantly, as much as I'm against just sort of throwing money away and renting and all this stuff that your parents tell you about renting, oh, it's a waste of money. Reluctantly, I am willing to look at rental properties just as a way to get out of this garage that I'm currently living in. So back to Rightmove. We've got it sorted by lowest price. So advert, price on application, price on application. Oh, for Hello and welcome to part 6 of Non-League to Legend. I'm Kevin. Coming up on today's episode, we have two big Conference South games. We're away against Dartford and at home against Woking. Since you were last with me, form has been delicious. We've got a sea of green ahead of us, including wins in the FA Trophy as well. We've got a little bit of an FA Trophy run going on, but we had 6 consecutive victories, an 8-game unbeaten run, both in the league. They're club records. We're setting club records, boys and girls. At one point, I don't know if we're still there, but at one point, I still am untouchable. I unlocked the Steam achievement for having maxed out board approval level. And we did labour to a draw against Oxford City in the last game, but that's because I was accidentally playing the entire game using tactic number 2, which is our wing play system, and I noticed it halfway through the game and switched to route 1 and fiddled with a few things. We ended up with a route 1 4-2-4 with all 4 of our main strikers on the pitch at the same time, but we did manage to claw our way back into the game thanks to a Sam Merson goal and a Ben Hurd free kick. So we managed to cling on to the unbeaten run, and now we go into games against Dartford and Woking. These are big games. Dartford, they're our competition for a playoff spot. We're comfortably in the playoffs at the moment, 5 points clear of Dartford, but obviously a defeat against Dartford drags us right back into the, we might not finish in the playoff mix. And then Woking are currently top of the league. We've already beaten top of the league. Who was top of the league? Oxford City were there or thereabouts. I think it was Billericay, maybe? Did we beat Billericay on that run? We did beat Billericay on that run. So we've been doing well against the teams who are there or thereabouts. We need to keep that run going today in 2 big games. There has been a little bit more in the way of transfer news. We've brought in a player, a permanent player. I'm not proud of myself, but he's only on £55 a week, and he looks like he's going to be a bit good. 5-star potential, 2.5-star current ability. I signed him on the basis of when he came in on trial, he was 4 stars and the best midfielder at the club. I've got to stop trusting the scouting ability of my coaching staff. But, you know, he's only until the end of the season. He might end up any good. And to compensate for him coming in, there has been another release. Kale Da Costa is another one who just started kicking off about the fact that he wasn't getting first team football. He's another one who was on a non-contract with us. He didn't like the fact he wasn't in the team. He was starting to upset our dynamics. So we've let him go. He's gone. We've got plenty of cover on that left wing anyway, including Wyatt, who's been playing there recently, because one of the features of the good run of form that we're in is we've started playing Bender back at left back again with Mills and Morgan together as our centre-back partnership. Morgan, if you remember, is the guy we signed on loan in the last episode. And we now have a very, very solid defence and goalkeeper. And Wyatt, he's not a natural winger, but he's got a good cross on him, and it helps with our defensive structure to have him on that left-hand side of midfield as well. So this is the team that we're putting out there today for the first of the 2 games away against Dartford, using our usual direct counter-attacking system. We've got McDonough in goal, who has signed a new contract for next season. Bender, Mills, Morgan and Hurd. We've also got a new contract for Mills tied down as well. Hurd not yet, because he's quite old and quite expensive. Wyatt on the left side of midfield, as we talked about before. He is also on a new contract for next year. Noble, who isn't. Sambu, who is. And then Hopkins on the right hand side of midfield, who of course is here on loan. And then up front we've got Merson and Spruce, neither of which are here next year. At the moment, we're starting to build the backbone of the team that we want to take into next year's proper promotion push, and there will be more progress on that as we move on through the second half of this season. But let's get into the game. Obviously, if we have 2 particularly bad results here, then it does change that planning for next season a little bit. If we have 2 excellent results, it changes it even more, because I should probably stop offering contracts to Conference South players if there's a chance we could be a Conference national team. Yeah, we're just going to say, have a good one. I don't expect anything. Dartford are a good team. I would expect us to come here and lose. I don't know why the league table has disappeared again. I really hoped that was going to be a bug that they fixed in the beta, but clearly it's not. I know it was in there on FM18 as well last year. At what point did that get fixed? Because I know towards the end of FM18 we weren't constantly having to put the league table back on, but it was there at the start. Come on, SI. Can we have the league table on there all the time, please? But yeah, I guess it's a small complaint, and I've not exactly moaned about much else that's going on. But Spruce is in here after a defensive howler from Dartford, and he's put us 1-0 up. I would argue possibly against the run of play. There hasn't really been much of a run of play looking at that. There's not really been any shots from either team. Nothing else worthy of a highlight so far. And we've not really had very much of the ball, but that's a terrible piece of defending. And Spruce, who has played himself into good form, taking advantage of Moyo not being available because of injury. Spruce is now, I think, on 6 goals from 7 games since he got that first goal in the FA Trophy way back at I think it was the start of January, late December, whenever it was, when he actually finally started scoring for us after playing his first 6 games without managing a single goal. He's now looking like the striker we thought we'd bought, Wyatt, just over from the free kick. He actually scored a free kick like that fairly recently as well. David Noble has also scored a free kick or 2. So we're starting to be more effective from direct set pieces as well as just from corners and indirect free kicks. So we're becoming a proper set piece counter-attacking team. I like it. It's very different from anything I've done before. I am pleased with how things are going. Keep it up in the second half. A win here would be a fantastic result. As you can see from that league table, it firmly puts us into that playoff mix. And the playoffs is the absolute best we could hope for, really. Noble, that was very, very, very close. Noble almost showing that I'm not all mouth. I can back it up. He almost backed it up as well. And that was very, very close, but not quite close enough. And we do need to keep a little bit of an eye on how things progress as this game goes on. Obviously, Noble, we always have to monitor his fitness levels. I don't think I've left him on for a full 90 minutes since the Ebbsfleet game in the FA Cup. Way back now. It's been a long time. He always comes off. I mean, to be fair, he's not that much more tired than the rest of the team at the moment, but it's all about maintenance with him. We're playing so many games. The assistant manager recommends I bring Moyo on. I mean, that just doesn't make any sense. Why would I bring Moyo on in that situation? And what I am going to bring... See, again, I'm not going to bring Moyo on because Banton's the one who plays better as a pressing forward. So I'm going to bring on Banton to play alongside Spruce, because Banton, when he plays, he's pretty clinical, pretty lethal. And Moyo's going to have to displace Spruce if he wants back in the team, although that's a substitution I've made a few times now as well. And I stick him up there like that, and it looks a bit special. Hopkins can't play that far forward, so we are a little bit lopsided when we do it. But my theory is once Noble's off the pitch and we've got the 2 crunchers in the centre of midfield, we can afford to have Moyo playing a little bit further forward on that left-hand side. And there was another, I mean, I wouldn't say defensive mistake, but fortuitous situation for us there. What looked like an attempt at a cross took a deflection and almost ended up in the back of the net, but the keeper just managed to keep it out. And now Dartford have got a corner. Let's not concede. We did. I mean, I don't think we've deserved to concede a goal there. I think we've played really rather well today, but looking at the stats, it's been a fairly even game. So I guess I have to reluctantly say, you know what? We said at the start we'd be happy with a draw. It looks like they're going to get a draw. We can't be that upset with it, but we were in the lead for so long. I am a little bit upset. Plus the fact that we're on 1 clear-cut chance, they're on 0. And if they score again here, that's double upsetting with bells on. How has that happened? We definitely don't deserve that. They've gone to a 3 up front and have just battered us with it. I'm going to claim that's not all because I brought Moyo on. We're on a long unbeaten run where we regularly put Moyo on that left wing, pushed further forward like that. But it is absolutely backfired today. Not that what's happened there has had anything to do with what's going on our left wing. It all came down the other side. But that is upsetting. And I've waffled about it so long I didn't have time to adjust and try and go and grab a winner. So the unbeaten run is at an end. That's very sad. Yeah, it was just one of those days. I'm going to give them. It was just one of those days. We didn't deserve to lose. I think we can rightly feel quite hard done by there, and hopefully dust ourselves off, pick ourselves up, brush ourselves down. That's 3 on your cliche bingo boards, and I mean, realistically, we'll probably lose to Woking as well because they're much better than everyone else in the league. But yeah, we thought that about Billericay and we beat them. Right, we're switching back to what I know for the Woking game. Wyatt drops back to left back. Bender moves across to centre back again. It means Morgan drops out of the defence and Wilkin comes back in on that left wing. I like the fact we've got the flexibility in the squad to be able to do that now. No other changes needed. We are managing David Noble's fitness well. I am a little bit worried, again, thinking forward to next year again, that he's not going to be... We can't keep him for another year, surely, can we? I mean, he's been our key player all year. Can we keep him for another year? He'll be 37. It really depends what league we're in. If we're down in this division again, there's no reason why he's going to be any less effective age 37 than 36, surely. If we do happen to backdoor our way into moving up a division, he obviously isn't going to be able to make the step up to the Conference National. But... what do we do to replace him? Our entire team is built around solid at the back, hit him on the break, and usually those breaks pass through David Noble. Usually he picks the ball up inside our sort of defensive third of the pitch and launches it forward, either towards one of the wings or over the top for a striker to chase onto. And without him there to do it, what do we do? I guess we'd have to bring someone else in to play the same role. I wonder if there's anyone, maybe who might be able to fill that role. We have been the better team. Let's be assertive and say, look, you know what? We're at home. We've been the better team. Let's go and win the football match. And, I mean, nothing happened. That wasn't the excited... Danny Mills has just scored again. It wasn't the excited burst into the second half that I expected us to have after being all Mr. Motivational. Wyatt with the free kick forward. It was a cheeky little free kick aiming towards whoever that was, charging over on the overlap there. But he didn't get anywhere near him in the end. Talking of Danny Mills scored twice against us for Welling, and I couldn't have been more heartbroken if it had been... The only player would have been Sir Tom Elliott if he'd have done it to me, who we might be playing in the next game, actually. I know we've just gone 1-0 up against top of the table Woking, which should be the most exciting thing on my mind, but don't we play Darlington next in the FA Trophy? Was it Darlington? Normally, I leave a gap between episodes, but if there's a chance we could be coming up against Sir Tom Elliott in the next match... I'm absolutely going to have to show you that tomorrow, aren't I? That was a good goal from Spruce, though. He just scores for fun. And he's well onside as well. Not even any question there. He is well onside. And we're 1-0 up against the top of the table team again. We did this against Billericay. Did we beat Wealdstone as well? I think we did. We had a good performance against Oxford City. We had the little slip up against Dartford in the last game, but Spruce is away down the left-hand side again. Cross comes over towards Merson. Merson's been fouled, and up steps Ben Hurd to take the penalty. Can he convert? I love the way he doesn't even look the right way. I'm just going to look over at the corner flag, and then boink, 2-0 to St Albans. Round of applause for Ben Hurd. 5th goal of the season, 4 of them from the penalty spot. 1 was a blinding free kick, but he is... I mean, the fact that he's a brilliant defender and a bit of a set-piece expert, it certainly feeds into the way we play very, very well. And he's another one where he's 33 now, and I've got to be thinking he's probably... At the moment, he's not in my plans for next season, but he keeps playing so well. Right, we're going to bring Moyo on, but we're going to keep him in the midfield 4 this time and see how he plays there. We don't want to push him further forward, just in case that's what caused the problem against Dartford. I don't think it was, but... Oh, I've left Noble on. See, chatting to you lot, I've not made my normal substitution. So Noble's come off now, finally, and we're going to bring Banton on the other side. So if they do find their way back in, we've got 4 strikers on the pitch now, so we can properly push forward if we need to. Or, you know, the flip side of that is they can attack down our wings now, because neither of them are tracking back, are they? And that's exactly what's just happened. If I've given it away again with silly substitutions... I can feel the world telling me Da Costa would have been a better option on that left wing there, Kev. Yeah, but I need to find a way to keep Moyo in the team. He's still our top scorer. This is where we need our park. We've stopped training Park the Bus, and I'm regretting it a little bit. We could potentially drop our 2 centre midfielders back because they're both capable of playing as. In fact, Percy can play as centre back. We could do something really fruity here if we wanted to. But what I will do is just this, I think. Just stick the two of them there. Just to offer a little bit more protection going into these final couple of minutes against a team that's better than us. Tighten up. Let's just hold on. We just need to hold on. We'll be fine. And then we can see if we have got the potential to come up against Sir Tom Elliott next, because that will dictate what we do for tomorrow's video. So, team talk, passionate. That was an excellent victory. Again, we're good against good teams. So it is Darlington. Let me just check. It is Darlington that he plays for. Because if there's the opportunity for us to see him, then Tommy Wright's the manager. Have his phone number in my phone instantly. Look, oh wow, it's last year's Nuneaton team. Mitchell Glover, Jordan Nicholson, Alex Henshaw. Sir Tom Elliott is around somewhere. There you go. He's on the bench. Joe Wheatley, who was my signing for Nuneaton. That's right. We've got to show you this game just to see some of the Luke Trotman as well. Some of our back in the borough legends from last year. Chance to see them all in one go. So we're actually going to be back with that tomorrow. We'll do Darlington and then Hampton and Richmond. And then we'll have to leave a bigger gap. It'll all be fine. It'll all come good in the end. If you have enjoyed that, please make sure you leave a nice big thumbs up on there for me. Subscribe to the channel for daily Football Manager videos. And thank you very much for watching.